Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 2 of Ultimatum. Now, as you know, Ultimatum was a 5-issue series that was meant to be this big event where characters would mainly get killed off and those who would stay alive would obviously play future roles in the whole Ultimate Comic storyline and showing the aftermaths of the story. And it's kind of like looking at the whole Eclipse storyline from Berserk, where we see the characters' deaths, we're gonna see where the story goes on afterwards, and so forth. And the story starts off with Peter Parker saying, "Why does all the really scary stuff have to happen at night?" And right away, we see how Ultimate Spider-Man is obviously trying to lift up a car, trying to save civilians. And right away, we know that all hell has broken loose, and all of the giant men are trying to kind of save whoever they can, helicopters, and so forth. And we see right away that Ultimate Spider-Man gets help from the Ultimate Hulk. And we see right away that Ultimate Iron Man makes his way to the Triskelion and tries to get medical attention for Ultimate Captain America. And right away, we see how Ultimate Carol Danvers offers to help them. And right away, even Ultimate Iron Man knows full well that after they tried to look for the rest of their team, Ultimate Captain America collapsed, and obviously they are trying to save whoever they can, see who's still alive, who's not dead, but of course, obviously Ultimate Iron Man knows how risky this is going to be. And we see right away Ultimate Leather Jacket saying, "Jen! Hank, damn it, listen to me, Hank! Jen!" It's like trying to have a conversation with a skyscraper. Whole city's turning into a graveyard, and I must be out of my mind getting involved in this. Hey, let go of me. Give me one reason why I shouldn't squish you like a bug. Because I can help you find Jen quicker if we work together. And we do see how Ultimate Hank points out how obviously Ultimate Hawkeye said about him, but we see how obviously after seeing how desperate Hank's gotten, and now seeing full well of what happened to his wife and that back in Ultimate 2, this does show you Ultimate Hawkeye is slowly back to his old self now, and understands full well that he just doesn't want to see Ultimate Hank go through the same pain he did. Obviously showing elements of the old Hawkeye is still there. And we see right away Ultimate Thing is obviously looking after Ultimate Sue Storm, but we see how because of her power being on the fritz, he ends up being thrown right out the window and trying to hold on for dear life. And we do see how at the open seas, Ultimate Reed still thinks that Namor's behind this and says, "I only wanted to marry Sue. I only wanted..." But we see right away they mainly get help from Ultimate Doctor Doom and Power Princess, and obviously trying to get Nick Fury back after the whole Squadron Supreme fiasco. And we see how Ultimate Fool journeys it to find Valkyrie, and obviously because of her being dead, and Ultimate Fool not wanting to lose her, decides to visit Valhalla with Ultimate Hela to bring her back, and says, "Pass my challenge to prove you are worthy of such a gift. Defeat my army of fallen warriors, and you will be rewarded for a price." Agreed. And we see how he takes on a number of warriors, and of course gets help from obviously Ultimate Captain America. And we see right away back in New York City, Ultimate Leather Jacket obviously tasks Ultimate Hawkeye to try and find Janet, and now seeing full well to Hawkeye's shock that Blob's basically eating her, which I'm not going to show the rest of the image because obviously don't want to get too censored. And we see right away Ultimate Ultimate Magneto comes face to face with Charles Xavier, and we see how he now refers to him as Magneto, and even Charles is fully disgusted with Magneto's actions, and even makes it clear that he's done trying to help him, he's done trying to be his friend, and even compares him to other, basically, dictators in that, and the final one hitting the nail in the coffin, which he snaps his neck and leaves him to die, saying, "In the past, you had a hand in every one of my failures, topping the best laid plans. It had to stop." And this is the story. So, my thoughts on issue 2 of Ultimatum is kind of okay, but again, it's just there to make it clear how different the storylines are going to be afterwards. And again, they make it clear that Charles Xavier is done trying to help Magneto. They make it clear where some characters' personalities are going to go afterwards, and we're just going to see where a lot of the aftermaths from Magneto's actions are going to hit you over the head, that because of one man's actions, others get affected by it. So it definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still okay. So, Comic with Reviewer here, signing out.